Great to have you back streaming, KVK. I truly think the SEC will have to say Hex is not a security. Imagine. Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah, I mean that'd be super cool, especially if we get they can declare that it isn't a security. Then there goes that FUD angle for all these people who are like, "Oh, we're gonna get you with the SEC," whenever it's not even the end of the world if it happens anyway. And then there's like, I don't even like some people really do the imaginary horribles of like, oh, what if they make it so if you interact with the Hex contract, it's illegal? And it's like, yeah, what if they make owning a house illegal? Yeah, it's like if you think about these arguments for like 3 seconds, you're just like, well, if it can apply to like anything, is it really a sound argument? It's like you got to compare it to things that are likely to happen and what's happened in the past. And what's happened in the past is you might get a fine and that's it. Now, I'm not saying that we're just going to get a fine so we can do whatever. I don't think that. I think like the SEC should look into it, and I think they will find that it's not a security. So that's why I think we won't even get a fine. But it's really cool that this is happening at the bear market. Like, how sucky would this happen? Like, would this be if it were to happen like near the peak or in the middle of the bull run? And like, oh, now we're all just like worried about using hex and stuff in the middle of the bull run. I'd rather it be like, oh, extra FUD at the bottom. So more people sold, panic sold at the bottom. So they actually pushed the price down less and they got less out of the ecosystem because it happened near the bottom of the bear. If you're going to get SEC FUD, which is going to come at some point in the future for anything successful, pretty much in crypto, the SEC is going to come for you eventually. So I'd rather it happen right now. And it is. And I think we're handling it great as a community. At first it was like, it's just FUD, it's just FUD. And then it was like, oh, these are real. And it's like, And then you got people like Eric Wall going like, oh, we got him. We're like these silly hexagons and they're falling for PulseChain and all this. And he tries to pile on the FUD. I mean, I just think that's so irresponsible. I mean, I guess he can always have his opinions, and that's fine. I just try not to give attention to these types of people that try to inspire fear for the sake of it, either for their own thrill or even financial gain. Like, if you think about it, if you're like an influencer and you have like lots of power over the market, like say you could influence the market, then like if you know like if it's beneficial for you to get people to sell so you can buy it lower, maybe some people do that. But like I'm not gonna do that. That sucks for those people that sold early. And if you wouldn't have had made that video or that post, those people would have held and they would have had life-changing gains. Like how do you live with yourself after that? I would feel so bad. I don't know. That just doesn't seem very wholesome to me. But maybe he's just being completely honest with his words and how he feels, and it just happens to be bearish. Yeah, he just wants to make money and find ways to get paid fines from people. Disgusting behavior. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sucks because it's like you kind of have to be nice to them so they're not screwing you over later. Because I guess it's just like it's just better not to talk about. At 10K to invest, how would you go about investing it? I am not a financial advisor, but I think I answered this earlier, but split it up between PulseChain and pulsex. That's what I would tell my friends, and maybe some PX hex on the PulseChain because that might have the potential to reach up to parity. I think some people are gonna be selling their ehex for PulseChain hex because like if it's just lower and it's like the same code but it's native to this chain that may grow and become better and is cheaper to transact on, maybe people see like that could be more valuable. So maybe they're happy to risk their higher value Ethereum hex early on when they're getting more bang for their buck to buy this cheaper version. Even though they know it's like the same code and it's just, kind of like a stock split, but you can kind of reallocate and one might pump from a lower price. So you can reach parity that way where like, oh, Ethereum version dumps in half and Pulse version pumps up to half whatever the value that is. So like if you jump on that train earlier, maybe you get more returns. Like this is just speculation. Like don't be like, hey, K for Case said just just sell it all for false version, because there's also the other side of the coin that maybe since people got the pulse version for free, they don't value it as much, and so whales will just sell that side down, and the price just doesn't look as good. Maybe it just keeps like a 20%, 10% ratio, or half of the value of EHEX or something. And so then maybe depending on when you got in on the pulse side, you might not make out on it. So like I'm not giving financial advice, these are just ideas. Okay. Just thinking out loud here because we got questions. But yeah, you gotta have to consider all these angles, and that's the thing is like it's so funny because I bet for most like these people who think they're gonna like trade and get this like better deal and then do all this crazy stuff at the start. Like I guess the nice thing about having already sacrificed for all these is the best strat is probably just to forget you ever sacrificed and then come back in like a year or two and be like, oh wow.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
And I kept all these coins, and what? I guess, well, you'd want to be earning yield on the pulsex at least, you know, stake that and then forget about it. But it's the kind of the same way, it's how Hex was designed. It was like you weren't meant to be looking at the chart every day. The whole point was so that you could go live your life, and you know, you go and you start a business, but you store your value kind of in, you can store your value in Hex, and then it's something that tends to go up versus the dollar over time, which it has. It's just in the past year, we've been going down, just like everything else. You weren't supposed to be like focused on it or trading it, because that was kind of the point of Hex, is to, like, we don't want people to be addicted to gambling or trading. We want to break that bad habit and just have something that's immutable code. You have full control over your money. It pays you to hold it, so you're encouraged to do the best thing for you, which is delayed gratification. You know, I feel like I've explained Hex like 10 times on this stream, but it really is something special. We got some financial advice in the chats, but I'm not responsible for phraseology suggestions. Don't buy all in one go though. Split it into like 5 DCA. Yeah. Yeah, all at once at 2.5 cents. Stop trolling this guy.
We like to troll. We like to go the night before one of their primers. We do a little trolling. It's called we do a little trolling.
Dude, you guys have so many good questions. All right.